Okay. Okay, good evening. Just would like to call the special council meeting for April 27th to order. It's 6:30. And just do a quick territorial acknowledgement. We acknowledge with respect that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Lekwungen speaking people. And we're honored to have the opportunity to build strong relationships with the people of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations. Okay. Anyways, can I get a mover and seconder for approval of tonight's agenda? Jordison and Grove. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? And it's unanimous, motion carried. And just want to acknowledge that Ian, Councillor Ward is on electronically with us. Get well soon, Councillor Ward. Okay, public participation. I didn't get any notes, no one electronically, and obviously no one in the audience. So we'll move on. And it's over to you, Jen. New business.
Thank you. Excuse me. So the purpose of tonight's meeting, we are seeking the first 3 readings of both the tax rate bylaw for 2023, as well as the sewer utility bylaw. Since we were last before you, so 1 month ago, our financial plan was adopted on March 27th, and we've had 2 changes that have resulted in both an increase and a decrease to operating budgets. So the staff recommendation that's before you tonight, I'm pleased to answer any questions that you may have, but the tax rates that are proposed make the assumption that we will be returning with a financial plan amendment, both to increase the operating budget to support recent council remuneration changes and to decrease the operating budget associated with what was previously our participation in the South Island Prosperity Program. Beyond that, really don't have much more to say. We continue just with a uniform increase consistent across all property classes. We have not shifted any burden. And so specifically what I mean by that, we're now looking at an amended tax increase of 6.71%. On average, our residential ratepayers, their municipal property taxation will increase to 6.71%. Pleased to answer any questions you may have. Otherwise, the recommendation is before you. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions for Jen before I look for a motion? Seeing none, I will, Councillor Ward, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just with a question to dealing with the council remuneration here. Can't even say the word tonight. Wondering if there is not another method to explore that, particularly with the community amenity contributions that were provided by the province of BC to offset, at least in this first year, so that there is no additional increase to taxpayers.
Thank you for that question, through your worship. No, I would not recommend using amenities to defer the impact of the increase to our operating budgets as a result of the remuneration. We could defer, it's a 0.45% increase associated with the remuneration increase. We could defer that through utilization of the city's general operating surplus funds. Right now, the dollar impact on our representative residential ratepayer is about $4 for this tax year. So if we sustainably fund the increase in our council remuneration this year. Our residential ratepayer or representative property, they are going to pay about another $4. And so the rates that are before you tonight propose that we do incur that increase this year and that we don't defer that increase to next year. But you are correct, Councillor Ward. If this council wished to use the general operating surplus to mitigate that increase this year, we could amend the tax rates for adoption. I would still seek first 3 readings tonight, but I would look for a resolution tonight on that direction if this council wishes.
Go ahead, Councillor Ward.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, you know, again, my first kick at the can here coming from the private sector, but, you know, I note that there are surpluses essentially every year. And, you know, well, that's a good thing. I think sometimes, you know, you dip into the emergency fund to deal with issues that were unforeseen. Now, one could argue that the issue was foreseen to some extent because the wage issue arose prior to the election. But, you know, here we are. It's been put on the table for now. And I think it's, you know, it's in future years, we can budget effectively. But I think in this year, it's unexpected at a time when people are looking to, you know, certainly minimize tax hikes. I think we're just under the rate of inflation. But one of my concerns and why I voted against the way the format was for the rate increase was that by simply adopting the wage increase effective, you know, June or July instead of in January, we could have maybe offset this. So I'm still looking for ways to offset it. So I would certainly make a motion to take it from general operating surplus for this year, so that we don't see an additional corresponding rate hike to taxpayers.
If you don't mind, I'm going to circle back to you. I just want to
Sure.
go on the table with questions and then I'll circle back to you. Councillor Day.
Thank you. I just wanted to speak about the idea of deferring that. And my reason is just because I have been here a long time. I'm very aware that anything that we don't do this year that we're required to do next year, which would mean our that stipend increase, it has double the impact next year. So when we roll it into this year, then when we build next year's budget out, it's already built in. Whereas if it's not built in this year, then next year we have to find it. So it really, there could be some cost savings, but overall, it pushes the need to do that into future years. I think we're trying to find ways to give our citizens the services that they need and keep our tax rates affordable, which I think we are achieving here.
Thank you. Any other questions? I can circle back to you now, Councillor Ward.
Well, obviously there's no other comments, so I get the sense that I'm alone in my thinking on this one, but I wanted to leave it out there that, you know, there's still a large section of taxpayers that aren't happy with, you know, with where we're going to net out. So I think they deserve a voice as well, but I will withdraw or not make the motion and accept that this is where we're at.
Thank you very much. So can I get a motion and a seconder for the staff recommendation under 4.1? Okay, Councillor Olson and Councillor Grove for second. Discussion? Okay, call the question. All in favor? And any opposed? Okay, Councillor Ward is opposed. So the motion carries. Okay, bylaws. 5.1, which is it comes out of this actually out of our motions here. Bylaw number 1980, tax rate bylaw number 1980/2023, Recommendation is that tax rate bylaw 1980-2023 be given first, second, and third reading. Can I get a motion? Okay, Councillor Day, seconder, Councillor Jensen. Discussion? Okay, call the question. All in favor? Any opposed? Councillor Ward opposes. And lastly, motion carries, bylaw number 1983 sewer utility bylaw. The recommendation is that Colwood sewer utility bylaw number 1500 2011, amendment number 10, schedule 2, bylaw number 1983 2023 be given first, second, and third reading. Make a motion, Councillor Grove, Councillor Jensen seconds. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor? And that's unanimous. Motion carries. And get a motion for adjournment, please. Councillor Grove, seconder. Councillor Olson, all in favor? Any opposed? Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks.